Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to Yungtytan World. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about one particular TV show that I've been watching for quite some time, and it is called Suits. Now, I'm sure most of you have probably heard of it in the past. It was a favorite amongst a lot of people, at least the people that I knew, but I never really got around to it. The fact that I thought it was just gonna be another boring drama show, but then I actually got into it and I found it was interesting. But one thing has kind of pushed me off the wrong way ever since I started watching it. Currently, I'm in season 8, and to my knowledge, there is no Mike Ross. And the thing that pulled this entire show together, at least the thing that excited me the most, was his capabilities. You know, the fact that he had that shelf. Why would they pull him off? Why could they possibly do that? And I think maybe I don't really know how it works. Okay, I'm assuming that the show itself is dependent on um what's the lady that got married to the prince? I don't know. I think she's what's the name again? What's her name again? I don't even remember her name. Um, Suits actor. Suits actors. Technically, like Megan. Yes, Megan Fox. No, it's not Megan Fox. It's Meghan Markle, she who is now like part royalty, but she was an actress. I don't know why exactly. I think I don't know. The reason why I'm going off the rails right now is because I freaking thought that if they were going to end everything, it would also end with Mike Ross. So having to experience season 8 without Patrick J. Adams is kind of concerning because the entire show seemed to have revolved around him for 7 seasons, as I said so before. I mean, Gabriel is good in his own right. He does everything that he's supposed to do as Harvey, and I like that. But the duo was kind of the reason why I got into the show. So to not have that is very concerning. And like no shade to the new actors that did come onto the set, like Dule, but I didn't really like Dule. I thought he was a douchebag. I kind of hated him. He was all over the place. I kind of hated him. And Wendell, like I like him in some episodes, and I just hate him in others. It's almost as if they want me to have a love-hate relationship when it comes to that particular character, but that's how I feel a bit. It was Sean Cahill was like mm, uh, he was there for like what a few seconds, and then he was easily forgettable, easily forgettable. Stephen Macht. Oh, Henry Gerard is actually Stephen Gerard's father in real life. I don't know either father or brother, but they're related because they're called Macht, right? Oh, that's great. That's crazy, actually. Um, but when it comes to the cast, I mean, I had expectations. Daniel Hardman was, I don't know, I think they overhyped him as the devil when he came to this. He was just like a bubbly, nice guy who did some really underhanded bad shit. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he was just he he wasn't as threatening as they made him to be. I kind of feel as if they overrated his existence, okay? And okay, who else exactly piqued my interest? Yeah, apart from that, I would say that the cast, the people that maybe carried the show was Harvey and Michael, and their roles were just impeccable. Lewis was kind of like a double-edged sword because he was the one that brought the sassiness and the drama every time that he was on set, or at least when he was playing his role so perfectly. And honestly, his arc is the most interesting amongst everyone. You know, like second to Ross and everything. But he his kind of like his own was like this short fuse that could blow up at any time. And so it was really interesting to watch his character develop over time. And it's also amazing to see. Like at the end of the day, I'm not hating anyone on season 8, but I'm just saying that it lacks all that it was good for in the beginning. And now I don't know. I guess it's getting to the end of it. I don't know what happened. I'm guessing there was drama, but I don't want to spoil it for myself before we get to the ending because I want to know what happens through the show. At least I want to finish the show before I reach a conclusion or I decide to find out by Googling what happened. But yeah, everyone else in this is absolutely amazing. And if they do decide to renew it, which I'm very doubtful for, it has been on for a long time. I mean, there are not a lot of shows that have a lot of seasons. Like, what would you say the longest seasons have been? Even Big Bang Theory had like it had a long standing, but it was like what 13 seasons and they stopped or something like that. Don't really know. It's just that from my point of view, there are a lot of characters that have been taken out of it, and now the validity of it all does not feel the same as it was in the beginning. And the stakes were higher back then, but now the company seems to like I don't know if this is how normal companies work, but the only thing that they always talk about is name partner this, name partner that. But as soon as they get name partner, it's not that interesting. They don't get to fly in a private jet. They don't get to do any extra shit. It's just like a title that they all want. It's like trying to be a class prefect. The only thing they get to do is hand out the books to people. You are basically a slave to others, and you always have to make these compromises for the sake of the freaking company, for the sake of the firm. And every single person that is fighting for name partner, senior partner, I don't, I don't I don't feel the stake anymore. Like it doesn't feel like a role that you would want because every single person that seems to be in that power is just given so much more headaches and so much more drama than the usual. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna stay in the limelight if it's going to be all drama and chaos every step of the way. I mean, just imagine how much Jessica had to go through just because of the whole Mycross situation. And she was at the top of everything. But because she allowed Harvey to do what he did, like it just ruined her career and she was supposed to step down. And I don't even know what's gonna happen, whether we're even gonna see her again, but it seems like she may have joined the dark side. I'm not really sure about it. They kind of just left that in season 7, and maybe they're going to address it. But I will say one thing though. Um, Conlett Hill, the one who plays Edward Darby, he was a person who made a very significant or a very significant influence in my urge to watch Game of Thrones because he was in there. And the one thing that draws me to TV shows is not the hype that is given in public. No, I get the hype based on the actors that I watch. If they're that good, I will follow whatever work they've done from head to toe until I find what I'm looking for. And it has never let me down because it has given me the opportunity to actually go after really great shows, not because somebody suggested it to me, but because of the actors that perform their roles really well. It really it gives you a whole new different dimension when it comes to watching shows, and it kind of like makes you really really positive about what you're going to experience because they did well in this. Maybe they don't do well in the next one, but you're able to make your judgment based on what you experience and not because of what someone says. Because I feel as if when somebody tells me that it's a great show, I automatically have to assume that it's going to be awesome. It's like I have to, even when it's not, I'm going to have to like psychologically just tell myself that, it's great. It's got some new cutscenes. That's the problem. That's why when people ask me if I enjoy the show, especially if they recommend it to me, I can't give an honest answer because my mind can automatically skip all the bad parts and just siphon all the good parts and just cram it into one memory and make me think I enjoyed it when in reality I didn't really do shit and I didn't really like it in the end. But anyways, yeah. Have you watched Suits? If you have, let me know down in the comments what you thought of it. If you finished it, what your overall thoughts were about the entire show. Because if it's up to me, I'd say that it was a great show. There are lots of parts that really had me hyped up. But it seems as if season 8 is where it's all going downhill, and they're doing extreme shit, and it does seem like it's pretty cool, but also at the same time, it's very lacking. Hey, his name is Jake Epstein? Huh. You don't think he has problems in the workplace because of his name? I mean, like, name doesn't really define who you are, but it's an interesting thing to know. Honestly, when I look through the cast, the ones that really stand out, like Max Toplin, who played Harold, he was great, and I enjoyed when he was on set. At least he brought this lighthearted. I thought he was gonna be like the replacement for Louis Litt because of how he was. I thought he was gonna be the next Louis Litt to Mike, to Mike's Harvey. So the fact that they took him out entirely kind of just it killed me inside. So I didn't like that. Adam Godley, I did enjoy him as Nigel Nesbitt. He was really cool. His character itself was one that really challenged freaking I just said his name right now. What is wrong with me? Yeah, but what? I literally said his name right now. Lewis. Jesus, what is wrong with you? Okay. Anyways, the cast itself was wonderful. I was so hyped up when I saw Woodside, because Woodside is from Lucifer, and he was, Lucifer's brother and everything. Uh, so I really enjoyed seeing him again. Malcolm Jamal, I did not expect to see him in this show, but he was really great in his performance as the jailer, or not exactly the jailer, but you know what I mean. He was in the jail part of the show. Well, who else? I guess we've really covered everyone's character. If I have not mentioned their names, it's possible that they were forgetful. Eric Roberts he wasn't really impactful to the show. He was the darker than dark side type of character, but he was also forgetful as well because as time goes on, I wasn't worried that I'm not gonna see him again, something like that. Paul Schutz was very intimidating in his role as Frank Gallo, and I would have loved to see him again, but I guess he was just a one-time thing. Tom Lipinski, when he was on set, I hated him. I hated him so much as Trevor. Even when he turned over a new leaf, I thought he was an asshole. So no, that's not me. But that I guess that shows they played his character very well. When I get a character that gets under my skin and I hate them, I start to really appreciate the actor that plays them. So like Umbridge from Harry Potter. She played the character so well that people actually hate her in real life, and it's marvelous what a character can do to an actor's life, and I hope I experience that someday. Um, let's see. There's also Amanda Schull, who's Katrina Bennett. Honestly, I wanted her to hook up with Lewis. I know it was kind of like a fantasy of mine to see them get it on, but they always said platonic, nothing was gonna happen. And the most shocking thing is that she rather has feelings for the dude that they just put on set, which is Jake Epstein acting as Brian Altman, which was just very weird to experience because I didn't know it felt good to actually see her having feelings for someone in the show, but also at the same time, like, what is going on? Christina acting as Paula Agard was was therapeutic. Yeah. She really, I don't know, I guess she was supposed to be Harvey's Lipschitz, but after the relationship, I guess it couldn't happen anymore. So I guess they tanked that idea and she was let go, or at least she was no longer part of the show. Because one moment she was Harvey's everything and now she's gone. And there's Sheila's ass. Sheila's ass is one of the most spicy yet shocking characters that are within this show. I'm not gonna get into the details of it because the level of sexuality that she brings on set is shocking, giving the person we're talking about. Because if you don't know, she was also in Lucifer and she was Lucifer's therapist. And what she did was just, try and sort out Lucifer's problems, he would always come every day. It's like what Harvey was doing to Agard, and now seeing her as the person who is this erotic and hypersexual character is very intense, and she she plays it so well, it's concerning. And always like the relationship that she has with Lewis is probably one of the most top tier relationships within this show, and is probably kind of like one of the reasons why I'm still stuck on the show. It's the reason why I haven't left it yet, because of the performance that these two give when they're on set. I don't know whether it's going to get watered down, because it's a fact that you have these characters getting closer and understanding each other. As it began, it was only like a sexual thing, and every time they come on set, it's only one thing that they have in mind, and they do that, and then they're gone. But now they're trying to start a family. They're getting together after the breakups, after the arguments, after the Mike Ross situation dropped on them like a deadly bomb, after Lewis lost his mind, after he came back. It's like they've been on a roller coaster that has been just phenomenal to watch. And seeing that coming to a close is kind of like a bittersweet moment. It's like, oh, they finally gets the girl. But now they also want to bring a child into this world, and they don't know how to do that. Oh, sorry about that. Spoilers. Rebecca Schul, she was great, kind of forgetful, but I still loved her character though. But one thing I would like to point out about this show, and it doesn't matter who I point out within this entire amazing, beautiful cast, everyone is a smart talker for some reason. Every single person, from a teenage girl to the freaking oldest man in the world, every single one of them has a smart mouth on them. And I don't know who is in charge of the script, but it just feels as if they keep on riffing each other like it's what happens in real life. I've had normal conversations without never once having to use sarcasm. Like, to me, like, to be honest with you, the only people that I am sarcastic with are my best friends, and no, not even all my best friends. There are some of them I have to be like straightforward, because it will go over their head and the joke ain't gonna land. So I just have to let it go. But they do it every single time, and the movie references never stop. I have been able to get like 7 to 8 different movies straight off the bat in one conversation, and I've not watched a single one of them, which either tells you that the showrunners are just real oldies, or everyone in this cast just appreciates this kind of humor for some reason. And it's like, oh God, no, I can't hear this anymore because he's gonna talk about Star Trek. Obi-Wan, Kobayashi Maru. I don't even know who the fuck these guys are, but they just use them as references, and I just have to take it into stride and pretend that it's okay because I get it, but I really don't. But yeah, I mean, the stakes kind of feel limited now, because from season one to season seven, we've seen a lot of things happen, and I kind of feel as if they've pulled every string in the book to make lawyerism, or at least the law, look cool. So now it's just this bland mixture of, unhinged act of the law and going across the line. Because at first, they were saying that there are lines they don't cross, and all of a sudden there are these lines that they're just avoiding, but they're also skipping past in a heartbeat. And so I would say that the show itself was good. I don't know about you, but maybe personally, it's good from 1 to 7. Although, if I'm being honest, I feel as if you watch it long enough, you understand the pattern. It's like, uh, instead of them buying gifts for each other, they bring cases, law cases. Like, it's my birthday. And then Harvey walks into my office and then, you know what, happy birthday. And then there's a lawsuit that he wants me to run by myself. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. I'll enjoy it. And then I go and do something that's off the books. It's like, no, you're getting out of this case right now. That's the part where I officially screwed a pooch. And then I find a way to fix it. And now the way I try to fix it only makes it worse. Oh my God. I don't know. It's like if you watch it hard enough, if it wouldn't even take one season for you to get the pattern, because whether they decide to tackle two cases in one episode or three cases in one episode, or they decide to stretch it out in three episodes, but it's still going to feel, you can still see how it goes. And it's like, even though it's repetitive, um, you can easily get tired of it. I don't know how to say it in this situation, man. It's like, you can easily get tired of it. But I guess what helped me go is just the drama that happens in between. It doesn't really matter to me that there's a repetitive process that just keeps going over and over again. But it's the fact that maybe the interactions are lively, although I can't 100% say for sure that that's a kind of interaction that happens in real life, because 99.9% of the time I barely even make a mess. I barely utter a statement to anyone that is even remotely close to me. So trust me when I say that whatever talking that goes on between people like that, unless of course they have been given scripts to act out in real life, but to me, all of that seems a little bit so, it seems like it's fictional, and I like fictional, so maybe that's why I'm here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this kind of voiceover commentatory kind of content, please like and subscribe. This is a new type thing that we're doing. Honestly, I'm giving myself the benefit of the doubt to enter into different forms of content creation just to see what kind of waters I can sink into without drowning. Okay. So let me know what you think, and I'll check back in for another one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. This is Young Titan signing off. You have a fantastic day. Bye.